Scorpio mama. Hey Scorpma. I guess it's just me and you up in here. I was trying to see if the people was gonna pop out, but it's the holidays. I'm back home. Y'all, I am so sad. Why let me stop saying y'all like it's just a whole bunch of y'all in here. Scorpio mama, I'm so sad. I had to come back home early, y'all, because of the snowstorm. And because I live a ways away from my grandparents. Really all my family. Like everybody lives like it feels like an hour and 30 minutes away from me. I decided to move and be different and be grown, you know. But anyway, um, y'all, I hope y'all can excuse the background noise. The children are back home with me as well. We spent Thanksgiving with the family. And I came live to say, y'all, look, I feel great. I really do. I feel great. I'm still in the holiday mood, Thanksgiving cheer. I was inspired to go live by Senna's live. I was listening to her live, and I also Queen to Queen's live. I was just kind of chilling, y'all, on the ride home, and I was listening, and I'm like, hmm, they're making some really good points. You know what I'm saying? These are all things I've been thinking about. KJ, if you don't bring me that remote, because you're not going to turn that TV up all out. Y'all, they been showing out. Get KJ. Is you back talking me? Is you back talking me? Give me the remote. I don't care. Give me the remote. Look at me. Come close. Come close where everybody can hear you. Can hear me. Stop back talking me. You hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you sound so cute. Yes. Yes. Yes, mommy, I love you so much. Here, turn your cartoons back on and then bring me the remote back because you don't need to turn it up all out. Y'all, they been showing out. Do y'all hear me? Like, we had a ball. My mother had to leave early. Yeah, I'm blue. Okay, that's first of all because my mother had to leave early because of the snowstorm, and we had to leave early because of the snowstorm, so we won't get caught up. So my kids can go to school. And I'm just like, wow, really? You know, my grandma, my daughter asked, she was like, why does it have to snow? She told them, take it up with God. But anyway, y'all. So I'm not gonna be here long. This is just a real quick live because I was talking with my family and as I said earlier, what bad? I know. As I said earlier this week, y'all, I have so much to be thankful and grateful for. Okay. And I just like, y'all, I was listening to Queen talk about like how we can just go to the store and not have to, well, I'm going to say there was a time, right? Because nowadays it seems like, the immigration police is everywhere and the police is just acting crazy. But what I will say is, I am grateful for the fact that I can go to the store and not have to worry about nobody like jumping out of a bush and grabbing me and taking me away somewhere, right? And when she was saying that, I was just thinking about the time I was spending with my family and like my kids and stuff. And KJ, you're too loud. And no, because they're mine. So I don't even know why you play with me like that. I thought you was getting some of the sweet potato pie. Jim, hold on, y'all. Y'all, she didn't did all that, and he was like, she didn't even ask me. But anyway, y'all. So what I was trying to say was that uh 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 yeah, like I was sitting there and me and my kids, y'all, we were having like a really, really great time. Okay. Keep in mind, I love this time of year because I get to spend time with my family, like for real. And um my I can't tell y'all that. Dang. Okay, it don't matter. Listen. Long story short, y'all, it's like there is like a lot going on in the real world, and there's also a lot going on, um in my personal life, right? Nothing bad, y'all. It's just, when you are yes, babe, yes. Okay, I'm gonna make this live super quick because Jim is home and my kids are acting like they can't talk to their father. But anyway, um when you're like going through a lot and you kind of look up, like, okay, I'm just gonna tell y'all one thing. When I was at my grandmother's house, there was some pictures. I'm about to cry, y'all. There were some pictures of people who are no longer here, and it wasn't just one person. It was like a lot of different people. And there's a funeral coming up that I have to attend, and I got emotional, and I got emotional because it's like I feel like when I'm at home and when like I'm just like doing like day-to-day stuff, I really forget about time. And we were playing a game, y'all, and uh there was just like a lot of moments, y'all, that kind of reminded me that time is really precious. And I know I keep saying and because I'm trying not to cry, y'all. But listen, it was just like I was um going from room to room, not purposely. I just so happened to be like 1 minute I was in the room, with my grandma, and then it was like I was in another room, and then it was like I was in another room, then it was like I was in another room. But there was so many things that were right in front of my face. Like I said, pictures, um, being around family, that made me realize, time is really precious and a lot of time has passed by. And it got to me, y'all. Like it got to me because it's like when we're just living, you know, and we're not really doing a lot of thinking, you forget how important time is. And time waits for no man. And I believe the quote is, Wasted time is worse than wasted money. And I just started thinking about how much time I spend on a lot of crap. And it was even, um, hold on, babe, hold on. Um, it- um, my family, like we joke and we laugh a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, yeah, I was getting some good ones in too, okay? But they were teasing me about my YouTube presence. We were having a conversation about somebody, and I was like, "Oh, y'all know she's sensitive." And my grandma was like, "I know you not talking." And my stepfather was like, "Huh, huh. All them people on the internet be." It was like, yo, I was crying, laughing. But when I tell y'all, seeing pictures of people that were no longer here, spending time with my family, and like I said, there was some other things that was going on around me, and that was like right in front of my face that made me realize how much time had passed, and how there are like a lot of people that are no longer here. And I have a funeral to go to, and I've been like avoiding that mentally and emotionally because it's like I don't really want to like think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because when people like go young, it bothers me. And there was another. I got a notification, y'all, like a memory from somebody who's no longer here, and it just really got to me. And these women were young, these men were young, and a lot of the people that I saw in pictures were older. And there was a time where I never thought they wouldn't be here. And then it was like me, my mom, my aunt, and my grandmother were standing in the kitchen, y'all. And I didn't get all emotional like where they noticed it, but I started thinking to myself, um, one day I'm gonna be in the kitchen with my daughters and my niece and my sister, and my grandmother won't be here, my mom won't be here, and even my aunt. And y'all, my aunt is like my best friend, and I love my family so much. And my grandmother and my mother, like we were all sitting at the table, and they started like talking about like stuff, because like I am the oldest daughter, granddaughter, and niece. So when you get around your family, they start, and they were saying things to me. And it wasn't like a jump on or anything like that, y'all. It was just regular conversation. Like we were laughing and joking, but it was serious. And they were talking to me, and um my grandmother said, yeah, these are your babies. Because if you know me, y'all, I spoil my kids. I let them get away with murder. And they're like, you love your kids, it's okay, but you have to remember you're raising, people's husbands and wives. My mother said to me that I am not KJ's whole world. Y'all, I'm like so emotional because um I just realized a lot, and it wasn't just like all at once. It was kind of like just now when I was, saying bye to everybody, and I was hugging my grandparents. And I'm looking at my grandfather, I'm looking at my grandmother, I'm looking at my aunt, I'm looking at my kids, I'm looking at Jim. Like there's memory. My aunt has this memory, y'all, like a video of me making a cheesecake, and I was pregnant with KJ looking bogus in the kitchen, y'all. Like I kind of want to upload the video because my hair was all over my head. I was big and pregnant and ugly. And it's like, oh my God, we've had so many Thanksgivings. We've had like, y'all, the memories are so like far away but close together. I'm making I'm watching the video of myself, and I'm like, who am I pregnant with if Gemma's over there? Like it's like, oh duh, KJ. Like, I don't know. But yeah, life is like so short. And, like I said, there's like been some stuff going on in my real life. I have a funeral to go to that I've just been avoiding. And it's like life is short and time is precious. And if you have family and if you have, you know, loved ones, you know what I'm saying, older, little babies, like maybe one day I will make one confession about a part of my life recently that I realized I totally missed. And it breaks my heart because it's like, how did I miss that? But some things are sent to distract us, and we entertain things that are worthless. And I don't mean like money, like a dollar worth. Like I don't mean money. I mean you're wasting time. You waste time. You're not focused. You miss a lot. You miss very important things, small things, things that you might think don't matter, but later on down the line they actually matter a whole lot. And with me being the oldest, y'all, I feel responsible for things that are not even my fault. But it's like I was just thinking to myself, like, how much more time do I have to make my family proud? How much more time do I have to make my grandma and my grandpa, my aunt, my father, my other grandmothers, my other grandfathers proud? Do y'all get what I'm saying? Like, have y'all ever had a moment like that where you're just kind of sitting and you're thinking, like, how much time do I have with these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, I never thought my grandmother would not be here. I never thought my sister-in-law wouldn't be here. I never thought like a lot of things, y'all. I never thought I would have, you know, um, four children back to back. I just, I thought it's like I wanted six, okay? So that was my thought process, but the way that my life actually is, I did not think it would be this way. And I feel like God um gave me those little things to look at, those pictures and those things to think about when I was around my family. And it wasn't like I was just in deep thought, y'all. It was just kind of like a glance over, like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? And I- my bad, y'all. That was my grandma calling. um, hey Queen. I don't know who else came in, y'all. I have been looking at the chat. Hold on, let me scroll. Maybe that's a good thing, cause hey, Avril, sis. Hey, Miss Alice. Hey, Miss Mimi. Who's that? Hey, Miss Wanda. How was y'all's holiday? Hey, Sammy Carter. I don't know who that is, but hi. Hit the like button. Hey, y'all. Okay, listen. So I feel like God gives us those little, messages or whatever. Like I'm gonna call them messages because I've noticed, and I told my mom this, y'all. Everything is deep for me when it's sentimental. Like when it means something to my heart, I think so deep into it, like a little too much. Hey Joe. So, you know, I just wanted to say, y'all, spend as much time with your family, your friends, even your spouse. Like I asked Jim, before Thanksgiving came. I'm like, "Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And I'm like, "Okay." Um, there's nothing wrong with us like spending time with each other here online, y'all. But I wanted to say this. I'm not in the position to do a lot of charity work, y'all, because the joke is I am charity right now. So what I'm gonna say is I'm not gonna try. I'm going to make it my business. When I'm here online, I'm gonna make it count. I don't want to waste any more of my time like on foolishness, negativity. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to make it count because I was telling my aunt I really want to be a part of something in real life, and she was like, you want to do that because that's like who you are. And when I was listening to Senna and Queen's live, I'm like, man, this stuff keeps coming up. Like, I really want to do this. I really like want to help other people, but I'm really not in the position to just be helping people. So I was thinking, well, how can I do that? Duh, waiting to exhale. Okay, I can come on here and just find different stuff to talk about that is helpful and useful information, because I know like when you're donating, or it's like your service to God, it's not always about money. And some people's service to God is ministry. I don't think I'm like a minister or nothing like that, y'all. Honestly, I don't. But I feel like a lot of people have told me, like even my mother, you have the gift of gab. People listen to you. You talk too much. You talk all day. Woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, I don't. What can I do with that? Like I laughed when Miss Alice, said that she told the lady that she likes to socialize, but that's really what I like to do, y'all. I like to socialize. So it's like, I can use my platform, to socialize, but I guess in like a different way. Right, Scorpio Mama, like some people can cook and they have the food ministry, and it's like I'm a horrible cook. Okay. Y'all, I tried to make a sweet potato pie, and it was actually sweet potato pudding, but guess what? Guess what? I put it in the refrigerator and it became a sweet potato pie. I'm gonna have to tell y'all the full story about that a later time, okay? But listen, all right. So I just wanted to say, y'all, like, not only I'm just feeling this, I really feel in my heart and in my soul that God has been pulling me, and been trying to show me, and I'm not trying to make this all about death because it's not like that, but there has been, one in my family, and it really was unexpected. So it's like, time is precious, and it's really, really, I'm gonna say this: we should not waste time, and you know, there's like so much time, in my opinion, behind me. You know what I'm saying? Where I could have been doing a whole lot of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you're like in something, you don't think you're wasting time. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of doing it. But it's like I was thinking about some of my live streams because of something that happened like a week ago. And I'm like, I can't even remember that. And the reason why it's not memorable is not because the person, place, or thing, the issues is just like minimal to me, y'all. It's because it's not something, in my opinion, that is worth like, to me, every bad decision that you've made, or moment in time, like especially when you're arguing, I don't think we're supposed to remember all of that every day, all day. And I'm making that a point for a reason, because there are some things that I've said out of my own mouth that is like privated on my channel that I do not remember at all. And I don't want nobody to think that I'm like, trying to say like, oh, it's m- to me, I remember the important stuff. Did I apologize? Did that person apologize? Are we okay? Are we not okay? You know what I'm saying? I try to compartmentalize in a healthy way and not obsess over unhealthy things. And the reason why I say that is because I've obsessed over unhealthy things for so long now. You know, I look in the mirror sometimes and I really don't recognize myself. And what I mean by that is, you know, I've told y'all about like my weight loss and stuff like that. And um, I took a, I'm gonna tell y'all some stuff as I think about it, but I don't want to talk about that. But it's like, you know, there was this lady who was like talk. I don't want to tell y'all that, but listen, just know that there's some things that people have been saying in church and in real life that has just kind of made me think a little different about a few things. And my daughter, y'all, oh my goodness, my oldest daughter um is wonderful. She's absolutely wonderful, and she's honest just like her mother. And she made a comment that made me think. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about this last night. Actually, I was like, um, you know, I have to be a better example for my, if not, like YouTube, but for my children. And, sometimes your kids can remind you, where you're messing up at. You know what I'm saying? And my daughter made a comment, and I looked and I'm like, I've been really thinking about that. And she's like, I hope you do it. I'm like, okay. But, yeah. And there's just a lot of things that are really like not important that we make important and we stress about that's not important at all. And I love my family, y'all. I love them so much. I'm not gonna get all crybaby-ish like I was trying earlier. Okay, y'all, my bad. But I have to go because someone really important is calling me. And I have been teased enough for spending too much time on YouTube, okay, by everybody, even my in-laws. So she says you have a very beautiful family. Well, thank you, Nesto. Hey, Mookie. Alice, I can't believe we beat the Chiefs. I think Jim, did the Eagles win? They lost. The Bulls. The Bears won. Um, hey Joe. I don't know if I said hey to you, but hey babe. But listen, y'all, okay? I gotta go for real. Sometimes your service isn't about giving things that are tangible. Sometimes it's in the form of giving encouragement or just being compassionate. I like that, Nesto. Okay, because y'all gotta watch this movie on BET Plus. Okay, y'all, I was crying yesterday. Don't say that you like the social on a job interview. Queen said, "Amen." Okay, Gemma, say hi. Say hey, y'all.
Hi.
Okay, y'all. Yo, we're gonna go. Abril says, I love you, Miss Alice, Joe, Nesto, Mookie. Who else is in here? Miss Mimi, Scorpio Mama. Who did I miss? Queen the Queen. Y'all, shout out to Queen the Queen. Y'all go subscribe to her. Okay, she's over there doing a great job. I absolutely just adore her. Okay, I like her spirit. I love her energy, and I think she's a wonderful person. Okay. So look, y'all, I have to go for real. And I love y'all. Y'all continue to enjoy the holidays because I am. We're doing Christmas. Y'all, I really want to keep talking to y'all, but okay, look, I'm gonna come back. If I can, I'm gonna come back because I have something else to tell you. I got some jokes to tell y'all. Okay, but I love y'all and I will see y'all later. Okay, make sure y'all watch my short. Okay, and if you're friends with me on Instagram, make sure you watch my Instagram so y'all can see the full videos of the kids are reading poems, y'all. It was my aunt's idea to have them do Thanksgiving poems and stuff like that. So if you're friends with me on Instagram, you can watch the full video. If you already ain't friends with me on Instagram and you already know I don't like you like that, don't come sending me no friend request. Okay, don't do that. All right. And don't think you're gonna get in undercover, okay? Because I don't accept undercover. All right. And if you have my phone number or my email and I like you, you can email me, okay? Or text me and I will give you access to the Instagram because it's my YouTube Instagram. Oh, Miss Alice, I'm just saying, I ain't got time for people, all right? They want to talk about my babies can't read. No, I'm just playing. I love y'all and I'll talk to y'all later, okay? Bye.